Hello everybody, this is going to be a quick demo on how to make sense of some of the output that you will get from errors in your ML code. So in this example, I want you to imagine that we're going to build a function called the first even. And what that's going to do is look through a list of numbers, and it's going to return the first even that it encounters, first even number. And so I'm going to write this, I can't stress this enough, I'm going to write this incorrectly to start. So what I'm going to start with is like, okay, if we're at the end of the list, right, then let's just return 0. Now that's not correct. What we actually want you to do, as you can tell from the unit test over here, is return an in option, where if it's empty or if it's not there, return none. And if you do find it, then it's going to be the first one you find with the sum wrapped around it. But let's say we didn't pay attention to the instructions very well, or they weren't written very clearly, and either way we're confused. So what we're going to do is just return 0 in that case. So if it's not the empty list, let's say we take if the head of the list, if the head of x is mod 2 equals 1, and this is a bonus problem, right? This is also an error. That's going to find the first odd number, but we'll just do that for now. Then let's return the head of the list. Otherwise, let's return find the first even that we find in the tail of the list. Okay. So that's all good. We save it, we come over to terminal, we run a new terminal, and I type SML unit test first evens, and it comes back and it's doing a type checking error now. And you can see it's failing on all the int option calls, and it's saying, oh, I expected int option star int option. That means I took 2 parameters, both of int option, and what I got was the int option star int. And so if we look at this line right here, you can see it, along with all the other ones, it's calling this function assert equals in option. The expected value is up front. That's that in option. And the value that's returning from first even is not the in option we're expecting, we're int. Okay. So now they're like, okay, we look at the instructions and we're like, all right, what I need to do is pass none there, and I'm going to pass some here. Okay. And so now I'm going to run this again, and it's also going to fail, right? And you can see that this also isn't working because the operator isn't a function. So now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to call sum of the head of this function. You can see it's trying, the ML type checker is trying to help you out here by saying, oh, by the way, I got the precedent this way, as opposed to what you were probably expecting, which was sum of the head of the list. Okay, so now I run that. Now we're getting an assertion fair. So we're getting all the way failure. We're getting all the way through the type checking. And you can see if I resize this just a little bit, I can hopefully see that the first even, sorry, we're on a kind of very constrained there, strained screen trying to shoot this video. Testing first even, it passes the first test and then the next test fails. I was expecting none, got sum of 1. So if I look at these tests over here, we can see that the first one is testing just an empty list, that's none, and the second one tests like a single odd number, is none. You can see it's coming back with, so I expect none and I'm getting sum of 1. We realize over here that we that we're finding the first odd number, not the first even number. Now I come back and run that, and you can see that it now passes all the tests.